Welcome to this brand new episode, number 20 of GrowthArtic.com.
Isn't it GrowthArtic?
GrowthArtic.com/20. You find everything, the show notes and everything we talk about. Okay?
What is it about?
Double revenue.
Double revenue.
So it's end of September 2018 and I started building my strategy for 2019, and yeah, I think I'm a startup in my second year now, and my goal is, or what I always try to coach to all startups is, you have to double revenue each year. Why?
Yeah. Why?
Why?
Why should you double your revenue? Are we money hungry capitalists? Maybe. Money is, to me, one of the most universal measuring sticks of how much value you put out in the world, excluding all the people who try to scam you. Yeah. Money
Get rich fast.
An amazing measuring stick that developed in history when we stopped trading camels against stones. Yeah. And since then...
Can you repeat this? I didn't get this. What was it? Is this camels and the stones?
We used to trade goods. You are a camel trader, I'm like a stone mason, and you want stones for your house and I want camels. We stopped that shit a while ago. Since then, money has become a reasonable rate of exchange for services, for value. And when you earn €1 million a year, whatever, you provided at least that amount of value to the people who said, I'm opening my wallet.
I want to have this.
Here you can have part of the value back. I personally, when I work for somebody and I earn €1,000, I would like him to earn like 5,000 to 10,000 euros for my services, and give me a cut of that. Yeah, if I provide that value, I know, I'm on track. And then saying from that point in your heart, saying double your revenue means to me doubling the value to the marketplace that people are actually willing to pay for. Yeah,
true.
So that's why I think my biggest why is I want to increase my impact. I use, among other factors, the measuring sticks of monies, because it's really the moment of truth. You provide value, they either recognize that with the wallet or they don't. Yeah. So what's your why for doubling?
Yeah, so we are into this topic like growth hacking, growth marketing. So it's about growth, and I know there are a lot of discussions and ideas going around. Why do we have to grow? Why everything and everybody must grow? Yeah. So I have no answer to this, but just from my personal character, I would say if I have an idea and I want to test this idea, and if I tested this idea and it could be successful, for sure I want to grow it. It's like, so my business is like my baby. Yeah. It's like my daughter at home. I want to do everything that she grows up healthy and just normal, not too fast maybe, and so on. So maybe
growth is just a natural state.
It's natural, for me. Yeah. So I know there are other opinions, but for me, if you have an idea, if you're starting your business, for sure you have to grow. So, and there's just the metric where we say, as a startup, you have to double your revenue. It's just to make it easy. For sure, you
can do this. Most startups that are well performing can pull this shit off the first 4 or 5 years. And then it gets a bit tougher because the numbers stack up pretty quickly. I had a bet with a good friend of mine, Mike. We were in school together, in high school, and that was the time when we started reading books like Rich Dad Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich, and we dedicated. We told ourselves that we never want to become just employees. Yeah, we we are employees, have been employees, and we don't mind that, but we don't want to stay in that place all the time. And with him, I had a bet, not a bet, but like an agreement. Let's try to double our income every year. Yeah, and we started at 10,000, then we went to 25 in the second year, then to 50, then to 100, and then the challenge last year was 200. Yeah, and this is the point where in the fifth year where I got stuck. Like I almost reached 200. I'm gonna reach the 200, like something in there, in that reach. But man, am I scared of 2019 trying to challenge 400K
with your existing business model.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah.
Should I even do this? The question you brought up is the why. Yeah, why not just be happy with what you got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm facing right now. So I started my own business 1.5 years ago. My goal for my first year was just to survive. To build up something where I can earn something like the salary I got before in this area, and I got it, so that worked out. And then for sure for my second year, so for 2018 it was to double revenue now. And now we have end of September, so it's working out. So if I do the prediction until the end of the year, maybe the Christmas season is a little bit hard to predict, but I would say, I will make it. Yeah. So looks good.
And we could actually relax now. Yeah, we could just say.
And that's something I'm working with.
Focus on family and shit and not doing that. I personally, my answer to this is, and you kind of gave it already in a similar way, I like the challenge.
Me too.
I like the question, how could I double my revenue working half the time? Yeah, and that is a very
another goal.
It's not like there are two goals. There are two very different goals: the efficiency goal and the total top line revenue goal. The efficiency goal is super interesting to me. I like the amount I'm working at the moment. It could be maybe a half day less per week, but I'm very happy with the work.
What would you do in this half day?
Me time. It's primarily what I'm lacking most at the moment is just plain me time. I would go into a spa like Babali or Claudius Therme in Cologne and chillax, preferably Monday morning. Yeah, before lunch, and then have an appointment in the afternoon. Okay. I would do that. What would you do with a half day? That is not business related.
So I would say I'm not in this situation right now, because I see myself still as a startup founder who is in the beginning phase, because it's just 1.5 years old.
But you don't work on the weekend. You are such a I don't know how to call it, like a lazy hustler. You're a hustler. You're a good, strong hustler. But why don't you fucking work on the weekend? Why don't you work on the weekend, man?
Why?
Yes.
Why should I? There's something like me time or family time or something. So, and it's not true that I don't work at the weekend. From time to time, I take just 1 or 2 hours to do something, to prepare something.
Try to reach him on the weekend. His number is.
So for me, you say me time. For me, it's me and family time. It's really important. And to come back to this thing here is, I'm at the situation now where I can say, okay, if I want to double my revenue next year, there are some options.
Yeah.
But I know that there is just one option for this point of time.
Yeah.
There is no other options.
And that is good, because it forces you to go efficient, to not just put time and workload at the problem of doubling your revenue, but really sitting down and thinking, how the fuck can I separate my time from the value I provide? Because we almost reached the maximum of what we could charge. Yeah, like time wise. Maybe we get it double again. Maybe if we really become exceptional. yeah, or if we like go into, but there again, you're talking efficiency, yeah, like okay, we could do speaking engagements, like earn in an hour what we usually earn in a day, totally realistic.
But the effort is the same.
But the effort
you have to go there.
Yeah,
that's the same. If you're standing, it's just one example. If you're standing 1 hour on stage in Munich, or if you have to go to Munich, standing 1 hour on stage, then you have to come back.
Yeah.
Or if you're doing a 7 hours workshop, there I would say it's more or less the same time. Yeah. It's always, so if we talk about business models a little bit, and that's one of, I would say, our main topics or main issues or challenges, that's the business model. So we are something like coaches or captains, and you're exchanging time against money. Exactly. Because you're doing coaching stuff, you're doing speaking engagements and something like this. So you have the option now, okay, I can build up. So we had this solo or team episode already, but I
think it's the most well-received episode.
Yeah, because that's the reason why it's a really hard topic for a lot of people. It's now, should I build up a team now to get more time for me, or more time for doing more valuable things? Just building up finding something for the newsletter stuff, finding something for the Facebook ad stuff, finding something for all the organizations for the boot camps in my case. Yeah. So that would help for sure.
But it would cost. You would increase your revenue. And I don't give a fuck about doubling revenue. I give a fuck about doubling profit.
That's interesting. I don't. I'm in the startup phase now, and I would say in former times at Trusted Shops, I never understand why revenue targets are so important. Today I know. To me, revenue is a means to profit. And of course, I need to double my revenue also to double my profit sometimes. But just doubling your revenue does not include efficiency. That's true, but I wanted to share one thing I learned in the last 2 or 3 months. Yeah. And that's something, what means geizig? Save money. So in my former times at Trusted Shops, always when I had an idea or want to start a new project, I went to the boss, and then he said, okay, good idea. Not always, but if it was a good idea, then he said, okay, Henrik, what do you need? Make a plan. What do you need? And by the way, that's a really good answer to somebody from the leadership perspective, to somebody who has an idea. Okay, what do you need? Because you give it back, and then you have to sit down. What do I need? And it was always less what I needed. I always okay, maybe I need a little bit budget here, but no persons, because I know exactly how hard it is to get the resources, and that was the reason always why I thought, okay, I'll just start bootstrapping. But we were in a company. You don't have to bootstrap. You don't have to throw the money out of the window, but you can. That should be an advantage. So, and that's exactly the way I started my business, with bootstrapping, because I had no savings. I just was naked in the beginning.
And now you're just like.
No, but in my learning phase, so in the last months, I would say in the last half a year, it's not because I'm earning so much or something. It was like I got to the point where I said, okay, I have to invest. Yeah. If I invest something in PPC, for instance, that's something you do all your life. But investing 500 euros in PPC or 500 euros in Facebook ads to tweak myself into the funnel. Yeah. To see that from the 500, I get 2,500 back. Where I say, okay, for now that is good, but my next step should be to get 2,500, but not for 500 euros in terms of efficiency, for 300 euros. But
I would rather think 5,000 euros into 25,000.
Yeah. And in former times, I didn't have this
mindset, maybe.
This mindset to take 5,000. I was always just a little bit small test, and for sure we had this A/B testing episode before. Yeah, to say with less traffic, with just a few people or a little bit traffic, it's never like saying, okay, let's start with 1,000. And that's something what happened in the last months in my mindset, and I feel now. Maybe that's not the reason, but for me it's something like I see it's growing because of this. because my reach, I can double my reach now with just because my funnel is good and I learned most of the things. And yeah, that's something what's in me right now, where I think, okay, in terms of efficiency, do I need a team? Do I have to work on my processes to make it automatic or whatever?
Well, that's already the essential how. Let's stay there. Yeah, that's good. So we have the option of increasing top line revenue. We have the option of like decreasing costs and reinvesting. That would also provide me as myself, who I'm more profit oriented than revenue oriented. But I know that I need the revenue to support the profit. That is totally clear. Yeah.
And that's something what I didn't know before. That's maybe the thing I wanted to mention.
And another how to me is we also have a conversion funnel. Let's take the workshop as an example. Let's say we have 1,000 people going to the workshop site, 10% signing up for the workshop, buying a ticket. We paid this and that much to get the people here, and then you have revenue because people signed up. If we, with the same quality of traffic, would double the amount of traffic to the website to 2,000 people, we would expect twice as many signups and twice as much revenue. So at the top here, we could improve that. Also at the bottom, like we wanted to talk, we have like a special episode we're probably going to do all about pricing. So how would you in that scenario also like change pricing in order to increase revenue from the given 1,000 people?
So in terms of the product is a workshop? So maybe there's a difference in our business cases is you're located here, you're doing everything for this region. My start was just, I want to do it everywhere. And that's not just Cologne, it was, next was Düsseldorf, okay, maybe in this case it's the same, but it was Frankfurt, it was Munich, just to see what's going on there. That was my approach to increase reach with the same amount of money.
And how does it like relate to pricing? Do you think like lowering the amount or increasing the amount of the price of the workshop would help you to get more or less revenue from the 1,000 people?
In this case, so you have to test for sure your pricing. That's a conversion rate test in the end. But I think for now, my opinion is for now, I've found the price. The best price, it's how you started, money against value. I think that's totally okay now. So that's not the reason. The thing I could do is offering not one bootcamp per month, I could offer 2 bootcamps per month.
Very good. You could increase the frequency of the delivery of product.
The amount of, in our cases, workshops.
Get people not to buy once, but twice per month, for example. That is another how you can double your revenue. And yes, it's right. You can, with 1,000 people in the workshop example, by lowering or changing the price, you get more or less revenue. To take that metaphor a bit further, let's say we lower the price, but we also make less revenue at the workshop because we have limited the amount of attendees, maybe at 20. But we now have actually 20 people here. And what happens with them? How is your follow-up strategy to that? I would like you to talk about this 1-3-7 rule. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Like, okay, now you got 20 attendees who maybe paid less, but they have already a relationship with you. How could you now use this new pool to double your revenue?
So I would say that's a growth hack for, I would say, everybody, because think about your existing customers. And just to answer maybe this 1-3-7 thing before, or do you want to do it different then?
You do.
So 1-3-7 rule means it's effort of factor 1 to hold an existing customer. Maybe it's perfect model for subscription businesses or software as a service or apps. Factor 1, holding an existing customer. in comparison, factor 3 only, getting back a customer who's not satisfied, who's going to cancel the contract because he's a complaining call or something.
Or he used to be your customer, the project is finished, now it's like 6 months ago.
Factor 3.
Yeah.
And then it's factor 7 in terms of how much effort it is for you or for your team or for whatever to win a new customer.
Yes.
So, and then in all startups, all companies are looking for growth, for doubling revenue. They're always thinking of getting new customers in. And that's not wrong. But if you have 1,000 customers already, or if you have, like your example, 20 customers sitting in your workshop and you're delivering your product, being a good coach and giving them some inspiration, don't forget that there are 20 customers you can touch right now to sell them something afterwards.
I think the concept that is beautiful, like the 137, and to remember that you actually can build something like a value ladder. Have a podcast that's for free at 0 level. Then have a low price online product for 50 to 100 bucks. Have a workshop with a couple of €100, and then have custom jobs, for example. That gives people the time for you to earn their trust, to give them
come into the topic.
Yes.
To
enter
learn
into the topic.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense for most people to start here. And you can easily double your revenue by thinking about, okay, what's next? In my revenue ladder. But also, if I have a big step missing, from free to 10K, what could I be building in between so I have a smoother walk up this ladder? So that's my answer to the how.
There's maybe one more example. It's just we are exchanging time against money to find something what is not this way of business model, just to say, okay, it's called monthly recurring revenue. That's what everybody is looking for, to get a subscription for whatever it is. Maybe it could be an online course.
Even better, passive income.
Passive income and get rich quick and this stuff. So we don't want to talk about this, but still. But would be cool.
one how would be the separation of time and income. Right? Having a product.
So I would say an easy solution a lot of people are doing from the different topics is just an online course. If we would have an online course.
Tell me about it. Should I build an online course? Is that a good idea?
I promise that I won't bother you today with this one.
No. I want this to be on the record here. I promised on the podcast.
He promised last time already.
To have an episode done. Not an episode, but one fucking lecture of the course. Didn't do it.
So that's a perfect example. So, and to something you have to deliver your product for sure. Every month. Maybe it's an online course, or it could be a Q&A session or an Ask Me Anything. Just for our business models, and that the people pay monthly for this. That is really something you could package or bundle with your starting product like a workshop. So to make bundles, and to get your ticket prices higher, and B, to last them longer for selling them just one, because in terms of this 137 rule, the effort of selling to a new customer is horrible expensive. Always.
So this is also already like a good example of the what. Have a digital product that is that is easily delivered. So I took this from the Russell Brunson book, for example, because he does this even for service-based businesses. He always asks the question, okay, you are selling insurance, you're selling houses, you are selling toilet paper, whatever. How can you build a break-even funnel before your actual product? Isn't there a product you could build for, I don't know how much, that where you explain your product, like have an online course, have a book out that gives you credibility, that essentially leads to free cost per acquisition for your main product. Yeah, you are selling houses, and you have an online course or a white paper, whatever, that you can sell, where you say like, this is the most comprehensive checklist of what you as a house owner need to do before even talking to somebody to sell your house. Yeah, and you provide this really well with checklists, with templates and everything. You sell this for $100. Now you make Facebook ads and AdWords, you get 100 people there, one person buys it, you're cash flow positive. Yeah, but now you showed it to 10,000 people, because that's the amount of impressions you get. That makes you famous. You got people on your website, and you have one person that just said, I'm ready to become your customer for your main business. Yeah, I really like this idea of the break-even funnel, and we both we need to find out what this is for us. Yeah, you don't happen to have a break-even funnel already?
Not in this way. For me, in terms of my boot camps, I'm cash flow positive. So I started without being cash flow positive over there, just investing time and investing money in the funnel to sell this, to learn and to sell these tickets and to make a good bootcamp product. And now it's cash flow positive. And what I do is, so I'm starting on some islands to try what islands like items or different examples.
What are you thinking about? What do you think about?
So I would say, so what I mentioned already is I'm selling a kind of remote consulting package after a workshop. So I'm selling workshops for companies, for corporates, and afterwards they can log in and say, okay, I want you to help us to execute our top 5 growth hacks. And that's something I sell them as a monthly, with a monthly
retainer,
as a retainer. That's good for me, because it's just one-time selling, because it's a customer, they were really satisfied after the first workshop, and then there is a value for them. It's not just selling, there's a value.
The transfer of the knowledge into the real life.
That's it. And then to coach them continuously some months. So that's the way I grew. I would say that's for this year. Maybe from the strategical point of view, one of the biggest hacks, how I doubled my revenue this year, because for me it's the first time of monthly recurring revenue. Before it was just selling workshops, you have to do it, it's work, the 137 rule, and now there is a baseline where I can count on.
So what this also is, it's a complementary product. Don't think this is only working in this coaching and consulting shit. No. Let's say you're selling a physical book like a journal, like Klarheit. And then you say, this is a calendar like with more value. I sell this for $30. What if I would actually have a printable calendar on the wall? And you sell that for $18. By the way, this one is hanging over there, at the door. I use it as my content and publishing calendar for the events. And suddenly, the average amount that's in the cart in your shop increases naturally, because let's say every 5th person decides to buy one of your 18 euro things. You suddenly sell about 3 to 4 more euro in your shopping cart on average. That's 10% more revenue. Just from having a very simple complementary product. And then again, you can think about this as the value ladder. You can think about complementary products. You can think about subscription models you can do. You can think about testing your pricing. There are a million options. Let's see how we actually perform in 2019.
But I have to mention one more thing, what is in my mind. And is we are always talking about building up a team. So I think both of us, we are building up teams with young, smart, curious people around us to make our businesses more efficient, right? But as a coach, another example could be, or another extension could be, to find somebody who stands beside you with, okay, he's a consultant. He's a consultant. Yeah, the people are, and that's something in this coaching business or speaker business or name it, what is always, I would say, problematic. Yeah, that the people are
very attached to you as the name.
That's your name. They are buying you as a coach because you are the one, and building up a team around you. You can sell as well as a consultant, as a speaker, and there are so many questions. Like for me, I'm not looking for another growth hacking guy like me. I would say I'm looking for somebody beside me we can share, but who has another favorite topic, but what fits to myself. And then I could say, okay, there comes a speaking engagement request for this one. I would say he or she is better than I. And that's
you're talking about the A team. That's the analogy you have. Like you need the colonel to think this strategy. Need a crazy guy to fly like Murdoch, and BA Ruckus to bash in the door. And it's very, very unlikely that we are all of them at once. It's simply unlikely. Maybe you are the unicorn master, but why are you listening to us then? We can always learn how to expand our reach, our impact by getting more people in. And that is why I actually made the decision to build a team. To me, alongside, I started with doubling revenue means to me most of the time doubling the value provided. That people actually recognize not what you think you provided, but what really people recognize. And that's the decision why I started to build out this team, because I want to really, really broaden my impact on the entrepreneurial world, to give them the skills they need to have a better fighting chance in super competitive markets. And why would I hold back this impact? Why would I hold back by thinking small and not trying to at least double every year?
But for instance, you could find somebody who is, so you're the growth marketing guy, right? And maybe you could find somebody and you're positioning yourself as we help you having a better fighting chance in your entrepreneurial thing. To find somebody who's really good in this, I won't say legal, but this, to start a business, what to do from legal point of view, from the finance point of view. I guess you're not good in this and you don't like it. So that could be something what could stand beside you where it's okay, you're still the growth marketing guy, but we want to offer the best thing for all entrepreneurs. That could be a good guy beside you, right? Just one idea. And this, I would say, probably you can find, even here in Cologne.
Since we are in the concrete, I personally, at this time, at least 2018, I draw the line with building an agency. This is the line I do not want to cross. Once I get one other growth guy, even a complementary one or a similar one to me, there is no argument for me not to grow to 100 people. It would be plain stupid not to grow as fast as possible.
And is it good or bad?
On that, no, it's bad. For me, it's bad. Because I don't want to become the agency manager. And I look at the lifestyles, I check them out. Most of my decisions on how I want to grow, where I draw the lines in the sand, like you in the weekend, is by, does this increase the quality of my life? If this would not increase the quality of my life, the doubling, the revenue, the impact, I would stop doing it. And becoming the agency manager, becoming responsible for all the big cash that goes out every month, whether there are clients or not. I see those people. I see their eyes. They actually don't have the time for the family. Because as soon as the season goes down, they are in hell. Yeah. So, but still, it's a valid way to double your revenue. Absolutely. It's just one I've chosen not to go. Yeah. I'm absolutely willing to change my opinion on that coming up. But right now, nope, wait. I want to think about, there are so many ways. Why should I go that route?
Sure. Yeah, and I think that's the reason why we started this episode, just because it's in my mind, it's in your mind, and there are so many possibilities. You never know which one is right.
Yeah.
But for now, I would totally agree to see this flexible lifestyle. Not without working less or something, because of the reason I don't work on weekends. I think the rest of the week I'm totally full, and that's totally enough. And on the one hand to make it more efficient, but on the other hand, okay, is it building up a team? Is it more efficient processes?
Yeah.
Is it just okay like it is? We can make the same amount of clients, the same amount of money next year, and I would say our life is pretty good.
Yeah.
So, but
actually,
there is this growth mindset in our mind, right?
Yeah,
and that's a problem. That's a problem that it is there. Yeah,
it depends on how you treat that monkey in your mind. Yeah, if you have to put it on a leash, I think. Yeah, if you, like, for example, I try to distance myself very much like from this super hyper growth entrepreneurial people in Berlin, especially like Samba Brothers, and Rocket Internet, and looking at what the people who work in those companies are saying about it. I don't want to go there. Yeah. But still, I think this is a very worthwhile goal. It's a good challenge to have. Yeah. It makes my mind work in a good way to come up with new ideas
and find solutions. It's just, we could say, okay, we do it next year the same. No, we want to change something because we are like this. It's this kind of growth mindset, right?
Shall we wrap up?
Yeah.
So, as said in the beginning, you can go to growthartic.com/20 to go to the landing page for this specific episode and see the YouTube video if you're not already on YouTube, or Spotify, or Stitcher, or
SoundCloud,
iTunes. Let's stay with the clown sound.
clown sound.
Yeah, so growthartic.com/20. We really love your feedback to hear how you are thinking about doubling your revenue, and write us a review while you're at it. Yeah. See you later.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.